Hi Crypto Kings and Queens, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie. In today's episode, I will show you why we could potentially pull back up to 25,200 again on BTC. As you guys can see, I already have everything on the charts right here. And this is where I show you in detail of why I do believe that we can go to these higher targets. I will also combine that with DXY because when DXY is dropping, BTC is pumping. And right now, it looks like DXY is starting to have a bigger pullback to the downside, which means that BTC then have a bigger pullback to the upside. Don't forget, I'm no financial advisor. You need to look up everything yourself first, but please continue looking at this video and I will show you in detail why I do believe that we can pull back up to higher targets and what targets we can reach before we reach 25K. That is extremely important to look at. So continue looking at this video and I'll show you everything in detail. We're gonna start off, we're looking at the weekly chart. I think this is extremely important right now so we understand exactly what we're looking at, because we do have some movements to the upside in this moment and we're trying to calculate where this potential lower high can be, because right now what we're looking at is a lower low. We have a double bottom at the moment, and when we have double bottoms, the market usually reverses to the upside. Another thing that we're gonna do is that I already have the Fibonacci from 32,517 to 18,130, which gives us Fibonacci levels now between 27,046 and 25,220. We have the take profit overall at 14K, but this is a long-term target. This is if we see that the market pulls back up to these levels at $26,900, and from this level we expect the market to give us the next potential lower low, because as you guys can see, the market is creating a low. We have the double bottom right now and we can identify the support that we have at $18,300. If we go down to the daily chart, we also use the trend line, as you can see, which we also saw the market had a perfect break and retest a couple of days ago. And this could be where we see the market slowly and steady creates the higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, high low potentially, and play around this Fibonacci level, and then slowly and steady see the market then reverse down to the downside. So right now we're looking at an extremely bullish market because we're looking at the daily chart based on that the weekly chart is giving us a potential level where the market can give us a pullback to. So this is why it's so important for us to understand different time frames and what they actually mean. And the weekly we are to the downside, and on the daily we are right now creating or preparing ourselves for the potential pullback. We will obviously use previous support and resistance zones to see how the market's going to behave around that level, and we have the previous lower high at $22,400. So this is definitely the first level that I'm looking for to see how the market's going to behave, because everything is probabilities. We do not know if the market will even reach these Fibonacci levels, but with high probability it will. But first of all, we always look back and see where is the previous lower high or supply demand zone, etc. And in this case we have the resistance at 22,400. If we go down to the lower time frames, to the 4-hourly chart, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 candlesticks that is representing a morning star, and this is a bullish reversal pattern that we have. And we can also see how the market on the 1-hourly chart, if we drag the Fibonacci from 19,238 back up to 21,023, you can also see how we came back down exactly and retested Fibonacci levels between 20,137, and we almost came back down to the 61.8% at 19,920. And the target that we can see based on this retest, we are now reaching $21,500, and we also have this minus 61.8% at 22,135. So based on the Fibonacci that we saw the market retested a couple of days ago, the target is 21,505 and 22,135. And we can clearly see that we also broke above this resistance that we have around 20,300, and we did break below this level one time, but we didn't have the power to retest it from below. The market is too powerful, so that's why we have the market now in this uptrend. Because we saw the market retest not only the resistance, but we also saw the market retested the trend line perfectly combined with the Fibonacci. And another thing that we can do now, because we need to follow structure, is that we're using the Fibonacci again from the lowest point to the highest point, which now gives us Fibonacci levels at 20,546 and 20,425. This is extremely important right now because remember, we always talk about the fake outs that we have, and usually what the market is doing is that it retests the previous, it can definitely come back down and retest the previous resistance only to give us a retest and then have the momentum to continue to the upside. Based on that, we also saw the market try to break below this previous resistance, but we failed to do that, which means that this resistance is extremely important. So that just might be where we see the market retest this level again, because remember, it's retesting the previous resistance that we had the fake out from. And this is usually what happens when it comes to the cryptocurrencies, is that we have a retest of the level where we tried to fake us out from, and then you have the real movements. And in this case, we're still looking for the market to continue even more to the upside, and it looks like this is actually about to happen. If we would fail to continue to the upside, because as I said, everything is probability, and we see the market break below potentially 20,330, give us a retest from below, that means that every candlestick that you see above this resistance, these will be then the fake out. So if that's the case, we have the real movement to the downside, retest of the previous resistance before, and that can be the beginning for the market to continue to drop, because as I said, everything is probabilities. But by looking at the higher time frames perspective and looking at the weekly candlesticks, remember that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 doji candles against the support that we've been bouncing off for so many weeks right now, and this is why it's high probability that we can have a bigger pullback to the upside based on that we have the double bottom right now at the support. If we're looking at DXY is right now in a pullback to the downside, and this is a perfect way of combining BTC with against USD to see how USD is working and how BTC is working, because as you guys know, and if you do not know, these two are correlating against each other. So when DXY is dropping, then BTC will pump. And because we see that BTC is right now on its way to the upside by following price action, and when we're looking at DXY, remember for a long time I've been talking about that we have retested a 20-year-old level, the box that you can see, and we do have some 2 weekly candlesticks that is extremely volatile to the downside, which now looks like DXY is giving us a pullback to the downside, and this is why BTC is giving us a pullback to the upside. And we are right now retesting a Fibonacci between 109.645 and 108.547. This is definitely a level that we can see the market continue to drop down to. If we see that the market break below 108.547, the next Fibonacci level is the 50% at 106.400. So if the market break below these levels, we have the bigger movements to the downside, which it actually looks like. We can definitely see the market, if you're looking at the 1 daily chart, you can see how we have a pullback right now, which means that we just might create another lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then from here we'll see if the market will start to reverse to the upside again, or if we will see that the market needs to drop a little bit more to retest the monthly or the weekly Fibonacci level instead. I never trade during the weekends, but don't forget that you can also receive a bonus on BYBIT up to $4,380 by using the link in the description down below the video. You also have it pinned right here in the corner. If you are someone that wants to have a platform where you can trade cryptocurrencies for very low fees, then BYBIT is the right place for you. And as you can see right here, you got 200 assets, 200 contracts. It's 10 million people all over the world that's actually using this platform, and you have 24/7 customer support, and we are around 160 countries. So this platform is a extremely good platform, as I said, for someone that wants to have very low fees. So claim the bonus right now on BYBIT. Thank you everyone for looking at this video together with me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification so you know when I am live next time or when I do have these daily updates, because I give you daily updates about cryptocurrencies these every single day, 7 days a week. So as I said, I am extremely bullish right now. Give me a comment. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? And why? And what targets do you see BTC or Ethereum come to? Thank you, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great and fantastic weekend, because I have, and I will have it again tonight. So have a great day. We'll see each other later. Mwah, from Sweden.